I agree. I think we should be forced to do most things using technology, and then have government centers set up so you can go and learn it if you don't know how to do it already. No matter what your age, no matter what your capability, you should be forced to, file taxes electronically, or, get your Social Security check electronically, or, you should be forced to do things like to vote, to, collect your unemployment insurance, whatever. I mean, everything should be done, using technology. And then kids in schools, obviously, they have to learn, like, the basics of programming. That should be like, programming 101 should be part of the curriculum. Even if they'll never use it again, they should understand, like, what a computer does, what it doesn't do, how easy it is to give it some instructions and watch it work. I mean, I took programming in college, and it really helped me later kind of conceptualize what a computer does, what it can do. And I know that's terrible of me to insist on, that's maybe technological snobbery on my part to assume that everyone should do this, but I don't know. I just think it has become such a part of the fabric of our world that we really do need to understand what are the underpinnings. And I tell everybody who I advise who starts a company that if you're starting a company, you need to talk to your chief technology officer and look at your code. You should look under the skin, look under the hood. It's just, you have to do that as the founder of any kind of technology company. You can't just tell the programmers, oh, I need to get this done, and not know what it is, what it looks like when it's done. So I'll never forget when my programmer said to me, Laurel, do you want to see your database? And I thought, no, I don't want to see my database. Why would I want to see that? That sounds yucky and boring. But actually, it's really been helpful to see it and conceptualize it and see how it works. And even though I'll never be a programmer and I'll never know how to, create a database on my own, I still know what it looks like. That's cool. So, yeah, I mean, I'm probably kind of a bit extreme in my saying that the government should force everybody to do everything electronically. But I think I think it would help everybody kind of switch into high gear, into the next generation, into the future. It's like when the government insisted that everybody get HD television. Look what happened. Everyone got HD television,
Yeah, I mean, I remember those commercials. They were all over, especially in D.C.
Yeah.
at the time.
Did everyone die? Did anybody die because of it? No. Did anybody freak out and not have television? No. I mean, there were systems set in place where people could get help, and they did. And it's over, and the year 2000, when everybody was worried that, all the computers would fall apart, everything would break down because nobody would know how to go into from 1999 to 2000. That was also a great big nothing. So anyway,
how does it feel? I mean, to be a pioneer, to be working with people who are asking questions like, do you want to see? Do you want to know what's under the hood? Do you want to see the database? And to be able to.
I think any type of entrepreneur, whether you're running a small donut shop or a farm or a factory where you're manufacturing something. I mean, anybody who starts a business and recognizes there are huge benefits to it and huge downsides. But the one big benefit that keeps people going is it's exciting. I mean, there's like a constant high. Everything's changing every day, and it's exciting and it's scary, but you're in charge, and it's your thing. And there's something about that changes you and that makes you different than when you work for someone else. I can't explain it. You just have to take the chance and jump out of that window, because it's like nothing you've ever experienced in your life. It is a high, and it is, scary, but once you've felt the freedom of making your own decisions that you have to live by, but they're your decisions. once you've felt that freedom, you just can't go back. I mean, you can't imagine doing it any other way. So, how does it feel? Well, right now, I sold the company, so I'm just an employee again. I'm listening to other other people are making the decisions now. But obviously, I got a benefit from selling. So that's something that keeps me warm at night, and that security feels really good because I lived on the edge for a long time, and I was very afraid for a long time, and so it feels good to finally not be afraid. I got to say that. But
I think that there are a lot of people. There's a number of people who pound the pavement. Whether, and I'll just focus on look at even just New York, and that it's a tough field, and it's obviously this economy is not helping it anymore.
Yeah, I know.
And with when one technology starts taking off, three behind it prior to start shutting down. So it's really, I think that you've got a lot to you represent a lot when it comes to this topic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And thanks for letting me participate. I hope I hope I've been a little bit helpful to the people who are listening in through this Twitter view. So thanks.
Thank you very much. Once again, that was Laurel Touby, the Senior Vice President and founder of MediaBistro.com. I want to thank her for taking the time to speak with us today, and thank you for taking the time to listen. Tomorrow, we've got Sheila Krumholtz, the Executive Director of the Center for Responsive Politics. Again, you can follow Changemakers on Twitter at www.twitter.com/changemakers, where you can find out more about women, tools, technology, as well as more information about our interviews and our entrants. We look forward to hearing from you tomorrow.